Here we versus Trick Stars. Of course, I got the Dragoon package, which matters not. Infinite Impermanence should have been used way earlier, but it didn't really make a difference. He kaiju's the Trifo Veritum. Board wipe, and it's over. Zombies versus dinos. And they're pretty much done. Nothing else that the dinos can do. Yeah. Overkill. Zombies versus dinos, round 2. Conductor, doesn't matter, gets banished, Doom King's still on the field. Face down or not, it doesn't matter. Got the Pendulum Magicians back at it. Interesting tech with the time-space trap hole, which actually comes into play in this match. Pretty much saves the duel. Super Poly all his monsters away, makes Mud Dragon, Oath, Pin Call, discards Timebreaker, and we get the nice little combo set up. Void Ogre for protection against something like Evenly Matched or whatever this is. Tachyon Transmigration. Nova gets blown up, and he scoops. Pendulum Magicians, once again, going at it. This time I got the Solemn Strike teched in. Blows up the Solemn Strike, doesn't really matter to me. Void Ogre hit one of the Monarch cards. Don't even remember. Doesn't matter. Void Ogre's back. He tried to blow it up. Yep, it's the beginning of the end for the True Dracos. Skill drain doesn't matter. Gets Void Ogred. He sends Celestial. Which doesn't bother me either. Sends Void Ogre to the graveyard. Sends Oath Dragon off the field. Attacks into this and loses. Just, why would you attack into Clear Wing?
Acidic foods can pull minerals out of your enamel, and Pronamel put those minerals back in, baby. In addition to enamel health, Pronamel health.
He's got the interrupted Kaiju Slumber to start with. Oh yeah, this is the Beast Warrior edit that I was playing around with. It can be explosive. Put a lot of big beaters on the board. Here we've got Zombies versus Lunalight. Sniped their rank up, which is nice. Rivalry locks him and he quits. Here we got Zombies once again versus Eldlin Dragoon package. Lich to the field, 3,500. Snipes one of the Doom Kings, but doesn't end up mattering. Solemn strikes IP Mask. Vampire Sucker goes off. Doom King chains. I think, not sure what we banished. Maybe that Graveyard Lich. Snipes the other Doom King, and that's fine, because the zombies just keep playing. Look at this. He's got one card in hand, and we're just going off. Hope Harbinger, Zombie Master combos, Savage Dragon, Super Poly, Dragon Necro, Red Eyes Necro, Shiranu Skill Socket Supremacy, Steal the Eldritch. Yeah, it's over. Passed over. That was all on the 5th turn. It's craziness. Yep, we got the zombies. Once again, up against, I think this is round 2 of the Eldritch Dragoon deck. It's a nice tech card right there, but it doesn't end up mattering. Rivalry got him. Zombies versus Magical Musketeer.
It's all about humanity.
Faraday for the Dragoon. Super Poly waiting on it. He still ends up blowing up Starving Venom, which doesn't really matter. He scoops, knowing it's over. Zombies versus Psy-Frame, Unchained Soul, whatever this is. And he ends up leaving me with no cards in hand, no cards on board. Yeah, zombies still come back. Deals that big old 3k damage to me, but it will not matter. All but 500 life points, and he knows it's not enough to come back. See, zombies come back, but he didn't come back. So again, we got zombies versus cyber dragons. Monster Reborn, Nibiru. Normal summon Jack. Steal the cyber dragon. So I stole it so he couldn't use it as material. Then we got the rivalry lock. Jack comes back. He's pretty much done at this point. Stole the second cyber dragon, so he's not getting into much of anything now. Stole core. Takes out Noster. Jack comes back. Bigfoot pops his Noster. Opens the board. OTK. Zombies versus Debug. Salads. Ashes Bloom. Got zombies versus Speedroid, Virtual World. Virtual World's not a bad deck. He can make some interesting plays. He makes True King of All Calamities. And watch zombies still play through it. Starving Venom, baby. Gozuki. Steal the True King of All Calamities with the Monster Reborn, and it's over. Back to the Pendulum Magicians with a pretty good opening hand. Going first, we got the Secret Village lock. It's pretty much over. We're going against Raid Raptors, which they're not going to be to make anything once Secret Village goes live. If he doesn't open Cosmic Cyclone, it's pretty much over. Even then, you can't. He'd have to open up Evenly Matched or something. Probably about the only thing that would get him out of that situation. Maybe Pankratops. Here, we've got Burning Abyss versus the Pendulum Magicians with Mage Power. Teched in this time. Bardiche Evenly matched, 2 fog blades, break sword. It won't matter. He fog blades that. We just make a 4400 attack Jackal King with 4 counters. Negated something. He makes another break sword. Time Pin gets rid of the other fog blade, but he brings back Bardiche. Sets rank up Magic Force and Shade Brigadine. Then he makes Arc Rebellion Exceed Dragon, which I thought was interesting. Not that it's going to be enough. And we Mystic Mine him with our own monster on board, just to fuck with him. And he makes the Starving Venom, but it doesn't go through. Tries to make the Dragoon play, but Jackal stops it. And here we just go back and forth drawing cards. Yeah. Yep, just a bunch of turns under Mystic Mine where he can't do anything and we can't do anything. Then we draw into the Secret Village and it's absolutely game over at that point. Zombies versus Agents, Fluffle, Frightfur. Yeah, I didn't even watch all of these before making this video. There's just too many. So we'll have some nice surprises in here, I'm sure. Frightfur, Cruel Whale. And everything he did just didn't matter at all. Because he scoops, knowing it's far past over at that point. We've got back to the Pendulum Magicians with a pretty good opening hand. Decent, at least. Versus Metaphys, I think. Yeah. Ash is the Duelist Alliance. Doesn't matter. Deck continues. Cerberus, Purple, Dragon Pit, Pendulum Summon. I'm going to drop that Time Star. Add Black Fang to grab that purple if need be. And yeah, it's pretty much OTK. Over. Yeah, we got a whole lot on this list to get through. It's going to be an hour-long episode. We got Pendulums back in it versus Cyber something. I don't even know about this. He makes Cyberstein, gets Super Polyed for Dragostapelia. Oh my god, the Dragostapelia and Treflo Veritum engine is great. And board wipe wins. Tries to Ash Pin called by the Grave wins it. He doesn't even stay around for the rest of it, he just scoops. It was over. Gamma wouldn't have mattered. The deck just plays through Gamma. Every time. Didn't even drop the Super Poly. Didn't feel we needed it. Called by the grave, stops the Ash. Super Poly now for Starving Venom. And he still just doesn't have nothing. Play under Nibiru. Dark Ruler didn't matter. None of that mattered. OTK. Pendulum Magicians with Tech Dim Bottomless Trap Hole. It's always spicy, man. It's only one target, but it gets banished. It's always nice. And on Secret Village, and it's pretty much over for him. It's Elemental Hero, but they can't do everything they want to do because they can't activate spell cards. Polymerization won't matter. Dark Calling, don't matter. All he's able to end on is this, which is just terrible. It's over. It's passed over. Didn't even need the Bottomless Trap Hole. And Super Parlay during battle phase for in-game. OTK, baby, OTK. Heroes versus Pendulum Magicians, round 2. And again, we open with Bottomless Trap Hole, which doesn't matter going second. But you can see how well this deck performs going second, even with a hand that starts like this. And he makes a crazy Elemental Hero board. We got Malicious Bane, Sunrise, The Shining, and Liquid Soldier. All of which won't really matter. Half his board gets blown up. And we have a nice OTK coming his way. 5,500. It comes back, so I don't think he could be destroyed. Yeah, by battle or card effect. That's okay, we still put damage on the board. Time Pin finally removes it, giving us counters off of Allure onto Jackal. And at this point in the match, we've got complete control of the game. Super Poly during battle phase for in-game. God, I love that.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible.
He opens with Shifter, doesn't use it. Probably terrible decision not to use the Shifter. Mutants, Thunder Dragons, none of which will matter. Even with bad hands, the zombies just walk over boards. People say zombies aren't good at going second. I don't know about that. I've had some really, really good going second hands with zombies. Eating over huge boards. I mean, unless they have like just 6 negations, there's probably no chance you're going to stop the zombies. So it's turn 4, and we're just going off. I've already made Link 4 with IP Mask, so it can't be destroyed by card effects. And he scoops, knowing it's over. Zombies open with Rivalry. Card Destruction. It's always nice to keep the Called by the Grave in the hand with the Card Destruction, because if they ash it, then you can just be like, okay, Called by the Grave, and then you still have one target for the Card Destruction to resolve. This is round 2 against the mutant Thunder Dragon. Oh yeah. It's about over. Put a massive amount of damage on board. In the game with, well, in the turn with a little bit of control. Of course he's able to remove Zombie World, which won't matter. He gets out of the rivalry lock by blowing out Zombie World. Which it's fine. We just battle over his problem card and end the game. Here we got zombies versus raid raptors. Card destruction is always useful. It's just really hard not to use a tech card like card destruction in zombies. Because, I mean, it disrupts your opponent, and it also basically gives you 2 hands to work with. Arguably one of the strongest cards for zombies. Plus it baits Ash. I mean, if they're not going to use Ash there, then it's already gone, so it won't matter. Leaves us with 1,100 life points. Bad choice. Should have finished the game. Because zombies are coming all the way back. Crazy combos. Extending. He stops the Red Eyes fusion, but it doesn't matter. We end with IP Mask. Omega returns Mizuki. Doom King negates whatever he was doing over there. Omega snipes a card from his hand. Just waiting for him to make something interesting. Ended up banishing that, and then he scoops quickly after that. It's game 2 versus the Raid Raptors. Raid Raptors isn't a bad strategy, but it's hard to play against zombies. All depends on the zombie build you're going against. I'll try to build mine to be as versatile as possible. Double super poly opening. Oh, yeah, it's over. He ends up removing Doom King from the field, but it doesn't matter. Red Eyes Necro steals his big whatever monster that is. Yep, we got Orcus. Orcus versus zombies. And he's pretty well stopped right there. Comes back to zombies, and he's back to being locked under rivalry. It's gonna be over sooner rather than later. Supremacy, Shogun Saga. Doom King comes back. He's still under rivalry lock. He steals Doom King, but he knows it's over. It doesn't matter.
That's right. TurboTax Free Edition is free.
Pendulum Magicians versus whatever this is. I guess it's Mystic Lock. Sitting on that Void Ogre. Fun play. He dark bribes the Duelist Alliance. We negate the demise of lands, which would have put Mystic on the board. Solemn Judgment blows up our boy. Then he uses Storming Mirror Force on our attack. Doesn't matter. Time Pen removes the rest of his field. Leaves us open for an attack. Leaves him open for an attack anyway. Leaves us open for clean OTK. We're back. Zombies open 2 Super Polys. And he does not make a face-up monster. But that's fine. Still end up doing zombie combo plays. Yeah. Oh, Jama just has nothing on this deck. Negated. And all these cards. What's he gonna do with them? He makes Dragon Buster. Does a little bit of damage. And Super Poly opens up the board. I mean, he must have misplayed or something. But he was looking pretty close towards the zombie side at that point. Card destruction opening's never bad. Mothman discards our Banshee. Perfect. Get our rivalry lock. Got backup rivalry, just in case. And arguably, this isn't the strongest lock, but most people don't have an answer for it. And you give zombies 1 turn, and it's not looking good for you. And of course, we've got Dark Magicians. Pure Dark Magician versus the Pendulum Magicians. And I think you can pretty much guess who wins this. Well, he puts up a good fight. Yes, he does. I think this is the one. But nevertheless, still ends up losing to the Pendulum Magicians. The deck is just too consistent. Once you really learn the ins and outs of this deck, you can play over or under most any deck or any card. We got Zombies versus Destiny Hero. She ends up negating Uni for the turn, but doesn't do much on his turn, so it didn't matter. Passes it back to Zombies, and as you're well aware of, you give Zombies a turn and it's pretty much over for you. I mean, no, I couldn't OTK him in that turn, but the board presence is for real. Heroes have a hard time playing around Zombie World. We got Pendulum Magicians opening going first with 2 freaking Super Polys against Virtual World. Still end up making something though. Doesn't it suck? Open Super Poly going first. Not 1 but 2. Oh. Yeah, Super Poly is pretty decent in most metas, but the newest Pendulum edit has actually removed the Super Poly engine for something a little more stable. Less dependent on what your opponent does, more dependent on what the deck is built to do. Which basically spams out monsters. Control monsters nonetheless. And also, it just crafts its own hand, basically. You end on a very, very consistent board almost every time. Black Fang brings our harmonizing back, so we can use Time Pen. He sets 2 and passes. Not that it's gonna matter. Once he gets special summon, doesn't matter. He brings 3100 XX Saber Gothams out and gets hit by the Time Pen. Here we go. Eldritch Zombies versus Cosmo. They've been working on building a pure zombie edit that utilizes both Doom King and Eldritch and doesn't brick too often. I mean, Eldritch isn't the end-all be-all, because there's certain cards you just can't get around with Eldritch. Nevertheless, it's a good card to have for certain key situations. That's why I'm building a small Eldritch engine to go into the pure zombie OTK. If you still want your other answers to open up boards, you have to have certain cards to stop certain decks. He knows it's over at that point. Secret Village Lock is real. I've heard people call it cancerous. And this is in person. It's funny. Secret Village Lock can shut entire strategies down. Like this, right here, Foolish would just put a complete end to this. Secret Village would end all of this. This entire hand would be dead. In most cases, Sky Striker just auto-loses to Secret Village. Shuffles our boy back, removes Void Ogre, but Void Ogre returns. And we got 2 counters on Endymion. Secret Village is live now. Kind of late for that. But we utilize it anyway. Careful not to play into Nibiru. But I mean, this deck makes so many summons, you gotta be wary of Nibiru. Because normally you can just summon just what you need, leave the board, plenty of cards in hand, and come back next turn, even if they wipe your board. But boards like this is just too hard to get through all this. How do you make it through all this? Here moves Void Ogre because it's dead at the moment. Shuffles Stardust Dragon. Which, I mean, evenly matched would have hurt because Void Ogre wasn't live, but also, evenly matched doesn't completely kill this deck. That's the problem. You could hit this deck 2 or 3 times with evenly matched and it's still got something. Yeah. Whole lot of records to catch up on. Here we got the Tecton Wing Dragon Spear Mode engine built into Pendulums. And also open Lava Golem. This said it was basically to eat over combo monster boards with ease. Yeah. If he doesn't link off that winged dragon, it's going to turn real bad for him real quick. Which he did end up linking it off. And at that point, he scoops, knowing it's over. We got the Pendulum Magicians opening with Lava Golem again versus the Performage deck. Endymions, Performage, Magistus, all that good stuff. Crowley. And this is a spicy deck. He's got all kinds of stuff in here. Abyss Dweller doesn't matter though. I don't know why he would make that. Stops Pot of Desires and the deck just keeps going. And Allure ended up hitting the whole hand, but that's why we played the rest of the hand before activating Allure. He makes Draco Berserker and loses because, you know, that's a quick effect during damage calc, and this just gets destroyed trying to beat over it. Pendulum Magicians versus Orchist. And you know, it's really interesting. We had some tech for Orchist back when it was the big thing, like 70% of players were running some kind of Orchist combo. Yeah, Palladium Oracle Mahad just shut down so many of those decks. Just pure OTK. Put a Mage Power on Mahad, go through a Dark Monster, and yeah, it's pretty much game. At least in this deck it was. It's crazy. He gets hit with Winged Dragon. Winged Dragon comes back our side of the field. Dragon's effect gets negated. But that's fine, because it was just a bait for this. Recycling the hand, getting prepped. Make Draco Enlightenment Paladin do some damage and pass it back to him, see what he's got. So we got a 5600 Draco. Pretty good Pendulum board. We're set up for next turn. I mean, that hand is looking real nice. Plus, we're going to get a draw. Celestial brings back Paladin. And yeah, it's over. Drew into the time pin. Got the full board going. And the deck just keeps moving. You got all this on board and still all that in hand. It's just amazing. This deck puts up so much. Zombies versus Live Twins. Cursed Eldlin. I mean, this is a little mashup deck. I kind of like it. But it was not enough. Next, Pendulum Magicians versus Dark Magician. Another classic matchup. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a Dark Magician deck or two that has went head to head with this Pendulum Magician deck and actually won. But this deck usually has to brick for that to happen. Like a bad brick. And even though he makes the Starving Venom, it doesn't matter. Drawing to Super Poly, Drago Stapelia is made. It's not looking good, but he brings back the Dragoon. and Dark Magician. Ends up negating and destroying Drago Stupelia, goes through purple, leaves us with 600 life points, and we hard draw another Super Poly. Didn't get a great opener. Ended up just setting Super Poly, it gets blown up. We got a true Draco.
I'm retired from retiring? Ah! Where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GOAT in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Leaves us with 100 life points. And he's still sitting pretty at 8,000. Here's where the game begins to change.
Keep it as easy and delicious as possible. There's not a ton of prep involved yet, and there's so little cleanup.
I believe this is a Triff build. A current Triff build at the time. Maybe not. Probably not. So, I mean, it's not looking so good for him. Of course, our board gets blown up. But watch the pendulum still come back from the brink of disaster. Draco. Ton of damage on board. Now we've got control. He removes Celestial. Or, he removes Draco. Celestial brings it back. And he quickly scoops. Secret Village Lock versus Elemental Heroes. They're pretty much dead in the water. I don't know why he wouldn't just pop Secret Village. But there's Double A Zeus. It's always neat. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. And that's the end of game. Pendulum Magicians versus Drytrons. See how the Drytrons play against Pendulum Magicians. Draco stops a big opening play there. Keeps going though. Clear Wing stops that. Target's Clear Wing gets negated. He pretty much used all his material right there. Wasn't enough. Super Volley during battle phase for game. This is game 2. Drytrons versus Pendulum Magicians. Didn't even open with the evenly matched. Didn't feel necessary. Backups like Evenly and Mystic. It's hard to go wrong with any play. Surely the Drytrons aren't going to OTK through this board. They steal a Nightmare Paladin. Woo! Does a little bit of damage. Gets hit with a Mystic Mine. Time pin set, and we begin to pop away the board. Mystic Mine blows up because we removed all monsters from the board. Comes back to our turn, and it's straight OTK. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Zombies versus Mutant. Gotta give it to him. He tried. Still got his card banished. And Doom King comes back. Jack go to steal. Doom King to negate. Makes another one of these things. Remove Zombie World, leaves us with an open board. Got that Doom King negate in right at the right time. 800 life points, we're hanging on. That super probably kind of saved us there. And this is just too much for the little mutant deck. Oh yeah, we ended up losing that match because he battled through. Which wasn't a bad matchup. Shows that there's weaknesses even in the zombies. Always got to improve on your game. And that was an easy OTK. She didn't put up much resistance anyway. Bad hand. Pendulum Magicians versus True Draco. Round 2. And negating all the monster effects didn't matter. The deck just plays through most everything. The only time you really mess up is when you overextend with this deck, making more than you need to. So he hits us for 35, but we're still sitting pretty. 13 out of life points and a great hand. Battle phase, blow for 5k, he's done. Zombies versus Malefic Stardust. Zombies didn't open with a half bad hand, but he gets ashed, slows us down a little bit. Still plenty of resources to work with. No Barbinger hurts, but Super Poly removes it very quickly. Can't tell you how many times Super Poly comes into use in this deck. It's a real savior of a card. And he knows. Not only that, we ended up hard drawing the Super Poly. And this guy makes a tech card that we had in the Pendulums at one point. Number 70, Malevolent Sin. Interesting card. Not quite fast enough, though. Celestial brings Time Star back. He then ranks up for the 7 Sins. And he lost. Just as easy as that. GG, folks. God, there's still so many replays. Well, it's done for now. Peace.